Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here with Steve. Welcome to Behind the Clouds. Steve, why don't you introduce yourself?
How's it going, everybody? My name's Steve Odell. I'm one of the co-founders of Tenzo Tea. We are a matcha green tea company based in Santa Monica. We sell organic, ceremonial grade matcha from Kagoshima, Japan. It's the best matcha you can get in the world.
Awesome, Steve. So let's start talking about highlights. What do you got going on right now that you're super proud of?
Yeah, so we just finished up the biggest project and biggest entrepreneurial challenge of my life, which was raising our seed round. We raised $250K, and from there we moved into this new office. We brought on a few more employees full time. We're a team of 7. We have about 120 locations here just in Los Angeles, and a bustling e-commerce store. Yeah.
Great. Now we're gonna take a step back. I want you to talk about the struggles when you started, stuff that nobody really sees.
Yeah. So a little known story. About 2 years ago, this March, I dropped out of UCLA with 1 quarter left. It may seem like this bold, great decision, and I may seem like pretty smart now that it's kind of paying off, but at the time it was extremely scary. I didn't know what was going to happen, and it was a massive, massive risk. So, I moved literally onto Rob's couch, and I was extremely broke.
How broke were you? Were you couldn't afford anything?
Yeah, no, I ate rice and potatoes. All my friends would go out to bars or go to concerts, and I wouldn't go. I would be reading or learning how to program.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to say oh, I can't do all this, but it's kind of almost like forced discipline. You really learn how to survive, and now I kind of think of myself almost as a cockroach, and not to use a negative, disgusting connotation of a cockroach, but something that's resilient and that can survive, and that gets kind of stronger from stress.
Mm-hmm. And were your parents against what you were trying to do, especially when you were struggling?
They were upset that I dropped out, but they weren't. They've always been really supportive, and this goes back my whole life. I was raised with 2 extremely supportive parents, and I'm super, super grateful for them thus far. Mm-hmm. But they didn't like the decision. They didn't think that entrepreneurship was necessarily the greatest career path. Something safer, like a teacher or a businessman, would be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And it's just more reliable, and that's kind of the big thing in their life, and I really went against that. And then, just kind of going a step further, I spent 10, or actually about 12, 13 months on this couch in the living room, and I would wake up every morning. Yeah. And my desk was literally right next door, and I'd wake up and I'd go and I'd hop on my computer or just start reading books. And I had this ultimate entrepreneur schedule, so I would go to bed at around midnight and wake up between 4 or 5 a.m. Wow. And then do some series of reading, studying, and building just for the next 18 hours or 20 hours.
Yeah. That sounds tough. All the good stuff that you want is tough, right?
Yeah, but one of the most important things I think about this toughness is there's this really great concept called anti-fragility. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with this?
I am not, so.
Okay, yeah, so this is going to be great for everyone. It's something that I deeply believe in and try to live by. So there's this quality of items or things. So they are either fragile, they are robust, or they're anti-fragile. Things that are fragile, they get hit with stress and they break. Things that are robust get stressed and they really stay the same. But things that are anti-fragile, when they get stressed, they get stronger. And fortunately enough, every human being on this planet is built with a body and a brain that's anti-fragile. Mm-hmm. Meaning that the more that we expose ourselves to non-terminal stress, the stronger we're gonna get. Mm-hmm. So by dropping out of college with no money, really no plans, and really no support, I thought it was a way that I was gonna get stressed a ton, and it would force me to either learn, be resilient, and grow really fast, or I was gonna die, and I was gonna have to, get a normal day job and kind of figure life out again and reevaluate myself.
Do you have an example where you almost made the decision to like quit, or something happened where you're like, oh my god, this is the end of what I'm doing?
No, I mean, like, it's never been the end.
Like, what's the worst scar you have is what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, that's a good one. Let me think. Maybe not taking any payroll for 6 months. That was like extremely tough.
Why was it tough?
Well, because I had really no money, so I could not, like, I could barely make rent. I literally could not do anything, like extreme financial restriction. And then we also, like, eight months into the company, we were just starting to grow. We closed our first major deal in Los Angeles, and we applied to Generator Accelerator. They have like I think about 1,000 applicants, and so we made the process, and then we got to the first round interview and we passed, and then we got to the second round interview and we did a great job, and so they flew us out to Minneapolis. Rob and I gave our best pitch ever. Like, we told them all the vision, all the details. We told them that we will never stop getting better no matter what, and that literally nothing can kill Tenzo Tea. And we were the 6th startup. The first one that didn't make it, we got waitlisted and we never got in. And it was a really crushing blow because, like, we had spent so long preparing for the interviews and trying to be like this great company, and it really felt like kind of like a stab in the back or in the heart, honestly, because I think that they really believed in us as people, but for whatever reason or the other, we didn't get in, and we really had almost no money at the time, so we had to take on a super small loan, which is, I mean, not great, but that's kind of the way it is. But, I mean, just like, these failures happen all the time, man.
But it happens for a reason. You learn from it and you grow.
You get stronger. Yeah, that's the anti-fragility thing.
Yes, so now I want to talk about the turning point that kind of like transformed everything for you.
To be honest, I don't think it wasn't this. It's like, as much as I want to tell like a great story, it wasn't like this aha moment. I can tell you exactly when our revenue started to like skyrocket. It was September 12th.
Why?
We nailed our first funnel, our first Facebook funnel, where we got high quality traffic. We had a website that was tailored directly to these people. We knew exactly who our ideal end user was, and really from there it kind of blew up. And a similar concept happened with wholesale, where once we really identified our customer and tailored everything we did to provide as much value as possible to them, revenue goes up. But like, there was no turning point. It's hard day to day, and I really think like just the mentality of incremental progress and getting better over time is a huge thing. And like, now that we've been in the game for 2 years, we know a lot of people in food and bev. We know a lot of great entrepreneurs, wink wink Thomas. And it's like, we have a great network of people and resources that really just help us out, and we just take it day by day. And I literally just like to say that I'm doing the best I can every day, and I can't do any better. I leave my heart in the office or on the field, or however you want to say it.
No, I like it, and we're running short on time, so last question I have is, what advice do you give to the Steve that was struggling on the couch, like right now, if you can go back in time?
Don't quit. Don't ever quit, and don't ever give up, and always keep learning. And no matter how hard it gets, it's gonna get better. But yeah, I think persistence, that's the only difference between great entrepreneurs, average entrepreneurs, the guy who sits at home and watches Netflix all day, and the guy that doesn't do anything. One of them was more persistent than all the rest, and he's the guy that's way up here, or girl.
I love it. And guys, that's a wrap. If you want to talk to Steve, I'll be tagging his LinkedIn URL in the comments. So reach out to them there.
Give me a shout out if you need anything. And if you want to get some Tenzo Tea, head to www.tenzotea.co.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.